Hello everyone, welcome to COVID week, day 3. Today, we're talking about the Fnaf lore. Alright, let's get right into this, okay? So, I've watched all of MatPat's videos over the years. Over the course of the past 7? Almost 8 years. However long it's been. Almost 8 years. I have watched all of MatPat's videos on Fnaf. All of them. And I haven't watched them recently. I've watched the new ones. But we're gonna recap all of the Fnaf lore. From what I know, I'm doing this off the dome. If I say anything wrong, don't even be mad because I don't remember all of them. And it gets switched up all the time. So, alright, let's start at 1. Okay. It starts off with this guy and this other guy named Henry, Emily, and William Afton. Now, these two guys, they both have families, and they're both like, hey, how about we make a little thing called Chuck E. Cheese? And then Henry is like, that's a stupid idea. Let's name it Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And then William's like, that's a better idea. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese is a stupid name. So then they're like, okay. So they make this little restaurant, and they call it Fredbear's Family Diner, not Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Okay, that's later. So they make Fredbear's Family Diner, and it's a little nice place that they do. And William Afton decides to make some animatronic / suits that they could wear. You know, some cool technology. You could wear the animatronic, and you could just use it, and it's cool. It's a cool idea. And then they have this little birthday party, and Henry's daughter, she's supposed to come, but she gets locked outside and she dies. Henry's daughter gets locked outside and she dies, and it's really sad. And so Henry is like, man, I'm sad about this. I'm gonna kill myself. He doesn't kill himself. So then William Afton, he's like evil, secretly evil, and so he starts killing kids. And the first kid he kills, I don't know his name, I think it might be Cassidy. He kills him at Fredbear's Family Diner, and then he kills like 5 more kids, and it's bad. It's not good. Then the worst thing happens. In 1983, Mr. William Afton's son has a birthday party, but he's scared of Fredbear's Family Diner. He's scared of the animatronics. He doesn't want to go and have his birthday there. He doesn't. He's scared. And then the day of the party, his brother Michael Afton puts him in the jaws, like he puts him right in the mouth of the animatronic, because he's like, haha, this is a little prank. But then the tears from his eyes, from little crying child's eyes, gets the spring locks in the animatronic suit to mess up, and then it crushes his head and he dies. I'm gonna throw this away later. It's really sad. It's sad. He dies. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that.
Was that the bite of 87?
And so then, from then on, William Afton and Michael Afton, it's sad. Michael Afton is sad about it. William Afton has to close his restaurant and it's gone. He has to close it, and so they rebrand and they call it Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and he opens the first one. But more children keep going missing, and so over time that one closes. The original place, it closes. And sometime during that time, Henry, William Afton's partner, decides to leave Freddy Fazbear's because he's like, my daughter died here. I can't stand it. I can't, William. And so he leaves. It's sad. It's disheartening. I don't know if Henry knew what William was doing, but he couldn't do it anymore. So he leaves. And William Afton is there. And while he has this Freddy Fazbear's Pizza open, he has a secret underground bunker underneath his house, or maybe a location, and he has more animatronics that have secret rental things. You could rent out those animatronics, and they go, right? And it's like, what the freak? They go, and they were made to kidnap children. William Afton made them with the intent of kidnapping children. So he told his daughter Elizabeth, not Elizabeth. Is that her name? Yes, Elizabeth. He tells Elizabeth, don't get near the little animatronics. Don't get near them. Don't get near them. Don't do that. But his daughter, she's so entranced by this one called Circus Baby, and she goes up to it, and Circus Baby, it kills her. It kills her. She scoops her up, and she kidnaps her and kills her. And so, the whole point, we're gonna get back to why they kill them and kidnap them. We'll get back to that. But for now, he's just doing it because he's a serial killer. And his daughter dies, so he shuts down Circus Baby's pizzeria or whatever. But it's also because Michael Afton, William Afton's son, goes into the pizzeria, the one underneath the ground, Sis Baby location, and he goes and he figures out some stuff, and he also dies.
You won't die. You won't die.
It's not good. And when he's there, he dies. He gets scooped and an animatronic shoved inside of him, and he dies. But then he throws up the animatronic, and he actually didn't die. It was a lie. Okay? It was like, what? What? He's alive? That's crazy. So then he starts walking. And he's purple. Okay? Now, it's gonna be a big thing later. So now we are at the first location that we play in. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, new, reopened, and it is actually FNAF 2. It is in 1987. On, I believe, night 7 of that game, you play as Michael Afton. I believe you do. And 1 through 6, you play as... Or, I could be wrong. I don't remember. I believe you play as Michael Afton, but the security guard there gets his head bitten, and it's not Michael Afton. He gets his head bitten. It's called the Bite of 87 because an animatronic bit his head off, and it's like, oh shoot. So Michael, knowing what his dad has finally been doing, he figures out everything. He starts going from location to location, shutting them down and freeing the spirits from each of the restaurants. Now let's go back to why William Afton was killing the kids. William Afton kills kids, but he doesn't know that the spirits actually inhabit the animatronics. I think he starts figuring out a little later, and so once he starts figuring that out, he starts harboring their souls into something called Remnant, and he puts it into different things in order to bring life to other stuff. I don't know how it works. It's a little weird. I'm not too sure. I don't remember that part of the theory too well, but he starts using Remnant and starts putting it in different animatronics. And so he starts killing kids for that reason as well, rather than, well, also on top of the fact that he's just a serial killer. So, yeah. And then, from there, we go back to where we were. Michael Afton starts following his father, and he starts shutting down all the locations. And so, in FNAF 1, the location, William Afton, when the location is gone, it's decrepit, William Afton goes and he starts destroying the animatronics, I believe to get their remnant or something of the sort, or he knows that the animatronics are alive now, so he starts breaking them down. But then the souls come and they start to torture him, and I think that's the first time he realizes that they were actually inhabited by souls. Before he was just kind of like, but now he knows. And so they trap him inside of the very suit that he used to kill them, the Golden Spring Bonnie suit, and he dies in there. But he actually doesn't die because he always comes back for some reason, and he's alive. I don't know how he's alive, but he's alive inside of the suit. And so 30 years after that, they find William Afton. So there's this thing called Fazbear Frights, and basically they're digging up old FNAF stuff, old Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria stuff, and they're putting it into a little horror attraction that people can go into, visit, and it's a little horror attraction just for fun. And so they go to the original location, or the FNAF 1 location where William Afton died, and they find the animatronic with him in it. They don't know that there's a human in it, but they take it to the location, and Michael was already there, because I think he knew wherever Freddy Fazbear is, that's where his father is going to be. So he was already there as a night guard, and he gets to helping free the kids, free their souls. And what he does is he goes and he frees the souls of all the kids that have been killed, the original 5, and the puppet. So it's kind of like a nice little ending, right? That's the end. No, so after this game, we kind of skip, because I already went over what happened. FNAF 4 was you play as the crying kid, and then he dies, and yeah, it's all nightmares. There's also another theory that in FNAF 4, so there's these little things, these little discs, right? These little discs, and they have this little ring, and it makes you think you see things that you don't on the animatronic. So they put it on the animatronic, and then it looks like something else. Like, it looks like it can have fur and stuff whenever it's just a robot. It's weird. I don't know how it works. So that's another theory, that they were actually real animatronics to keep him in his room. But why would his dad do that? I don't think he did that. So I think it was just a nightmare. So then we go to skip over FNAF sister location, because we also talked about that. FNAF Pizzeria Simulator. Now that's supposed to be the end, right? So Michael Afton, his father, they are there. He goes to this new location as an entrepreneur, and he starts making location, and it starts attracting all the old spirits to the location. And there's this dude in the phone every day after the night, he's like, all right, you're gonna pick up this animatronic for Saturday. There's a birthday party on Saturday. It's crazy. This sounds a little suspicious, one might say. And so that Saturday, at the end of it, you win, and you figure out that the puppet spirit wasn't really freed. You know, it was freed for a little bit, but I feel that its anger kind of kept it. And the puppet was actually Henry's daughter, who was killed multiple years ago, like 40-50 years ago. She died, and Henry is there, and you figure out that he's the guy that's making you get all the animatronics, and Henry wanted to have them all there so he could burn them all and kill them and finally free their spirits so they could finally be put to rest. But yeah, so they get finally put to rest, right? And then we go to Ultimate Custom Night, which is a very interesting, it's an interesting, yeah, so it's basically William Afton, the purple guy. He is in purgatory, and he has to relive dying over and over from the animatronics and the spirits that he has tortured over the years, and he has to relive dying over and over and over, and that's just it. And he's being tortured by Golden Freddy / Cassidy / another spirit that's in there. I think the other spirit is his son. I'm not too sure about that one though. People call him Evan. I don't think he was ever given a real name. I'm not too sure, as I said. But now, security breach. Now this is where the theories get a little weird, right? A little weird. MatPat hasn't released all of them yet, but FNAF. So Gregory is the crying child. I know, it's crazy. Okay, look, hear me out. Look, so basically, Gregory is the crying child, the kid, William Afton's son that died who knows how many years ago. He is dead, but he is somehow Gregory, the main protagonist of Security Breach. How is this possible, you may be wondering? Well, let me tell you. So basically, in the books, there's Five Nights at Freddy's books, I know. So in the books, there is this character. I read the books actually. There's this character, the main character is a robot the entire time. It is a crazy revelation. Oh my goodness, she was a robot the entire time. Yes, so basically, her dad, Henry. Wait a minute. I don't remember if that's true. I think her dad was Henry in the books, and her dad basically made different animatronic versions of herself over the years and put her remnant / memory inside of each of the different versions of herself. So whenever she was a certain age, he would switch out the robot and it would look her age, and it had those little ring things that I was talking about earlier, so it could make it look like she was a human. And for some reason robots bleed, which is weird, but I don't know. So yeah, robots do bleed in the book, but people use that as a big reason, oh my goodness, as to why Gregory cannot be a robot, but they bleed in the books. And if that's true, that also happened in the actual like game universe too. I don't think so though. So yeah, that's it. And so William Afton is somehow, we skipped over something, go back. Okay, so there's this game called Help Wanted. It is a VR game that is, I kind of forgot about it because I just forgot. Sorry on me. So in Help Wanted, basically you play as this character called Vanessa. And Vanessa, well, I don't know if you play as Vanessa. I think you do. So you play as this character, and she leaves messages over the course of this game that's being built. But in the game, William Afton has put his memory from, like his mind, into the game somehow, I believe with Remnant, and he goes by another form called Glitch Trap. It's scary, I know. He goes by a thing called Glitch Trap, and as you collect more and more VHS tapes, you put them back together, and the canon ending is that Glitch Trap gets away, and he finally gets let back out into the real world, going back to Security Breach, where William Afton has loyal followers, one of them being Vanessa, who is Vanny, which is, how did people not know that? How did you not know that? Okay, it's like the most obvious thing. Vanny, Vanessa Bunny, how did you not know? So yeah, that's it. And he has loyal followers. I believe there's like 1 or 2 more that we'll see in a future game. But William Afton is back. He's back again for like the 17th time alive, and he's burnt, and his memory is now in a new animatronic, or maybe the same. I couldn't really tell. But this time he needs to be charged and stuff. So I think he got a new body, but he uses the same I don't know. But William Afton is back, and he is kind of controlling the whole thing in the Pizzaplex. I know. And Gregory is a robot, and William Afton wants to be reunited with him for some reason. I don't know why. And apparently Freddy Fazbear is Michael Afton when he died. There's a lot of theories that don't really make sense in this one yet. I haven't gotten onto it, but let me tell you my theory. This FNAF game sucked. Next one will be better. That's my theory. And how about you listen to me, because I go to Harvard. I don't go to Harvard. So yeah, that was the recap of the FNAF. That was the recap of the FNAF lore for those who missed out, or you just want a little recap from me, okay? That's me doing it off the top of my noggin. That's me doing it off the top of my noggin. Have a good day. This is day 3 of COVID week. Tell me what you want me to talk about tomorrow. Yeah, do that. Also subscribe, because